Meanwhile, I'm just going to be closing up here for this show today. Got 6 more minutes left to go in the show, so I thought we'd just kind of close out by talking about what we got again coming up next week here on GTRB Online. Possibility of some podcast today, tomorrow through Tuesday, maybe even through Tuesday, will be spontaneous. You never know when we'll be on the air, so watch for that. Then I think we looking at a show for Tuesday. Gary J in the morning Tuesday. Looking at that possibility that could change. Some of the programs are subject to change and can change with or without notice. I'm going to be posting later on the schedule, and that doesn't mean that the schedule will be followed verbatim. It'll just mean that programs will be on when they're on under the spontaneous schedules. I'm trying to get something that I know I can do. I just find a way I can broadcast it whenever I can broadcast. That I post those shows that are going to be on the air. Then on Wednesday, I'm looking at a possibility, maybe a Gary Russen program, which will air on Wednesday. That will be one of my Over the Hump Day editions. I'm thinking about that. Going to be a Gary Russen program, regular Gary Russen program. Looking at a possibility Tuesday show on that. Let's see. We're going to go down here to my calendar real quick while I got the time. And I just reloaded, so if I want to go a little overtime, I can do that. Let's see. The Hawkeyes usually kind of start, I can start it. And I'm not sure if the game's on and whether I can even get the channel that game is on, so I'm just going to stay on just a trifle bit longer so I can look at this schedule here. I want to go to the Cubs schedule real quick. That's what I'm looking to go to. To see what we got here so I know what I'm going to do for my 9-foot signal 108. Let me see where I got it here. I want to say where is that stupid schedule? Here it is, Cubs schedule. Okay, here we go. Wait till this loads up, and while I'm doing that, just want to let you know that if there's a Cubs game in the afternoon on that day, we'll do that locally. But if they play at night, then we'll do a Gary Russen program on Wednesday. Okay, so let me see here. Wednesday afternoon Gary Russen program, only because Bible study, let's see, what is Wednesday? Let's go September here, because it'll be September by Wednesday. Wednesday is the 4th. The Cubs are off according to that schedule. The Cubs play the Brewers again tomorrow, 1:20. You have a 1:20 game against the Mariners on Monday, which I might have on my 9-foot closed circuit 108. And then they play the Mariners at 7:05 Tuesday. They have a Wednesday day off. So, the Gary Russen program, midweek show, Wednesday. Okay, so the Gary Russen program, midweek show, Wednesday. That'll be our Over the Hump Day edition, Gary Russen program, semi-freestyle edition of the Gary Russen program, Wednesday afternoon, right here on GTRB Online. If things go good, we'll be checking that out. And, of course, that's spontaneous. Let's hope we can do it. And then on Thursday, they have a 6:10 game. I'm going to probably be over at the other studios for a while. Friday, 7:10 p.m. game. But we're going to be back doing jazz next Friday. Next Friday, which is September 6th. Next Friday, we're going to be doing jazz. We got a jazz weekend next Friday. Smooth, the wave of smooth jazz, followed by smooth afternoon, and then next Saturday, later in the day, I'm looking at possibility maybe even doing this as as a pre-recorded podcast, as an upload. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to do a pre-recorded jazz program as an upload. I'm not sure yet. I don't know what to do yet, but I'm going to do a jazz weekend anyway. Friday and Saturday, Friday the 2nd, Saturday the 3rd. And again, that will depend also on whether or not I get the Iowa Hawkeyes game today. I should really check my TV. It's already 5:59 Central Daylight Time right now. So I'm going to probably close out and just check my TV real quick. I'm going to do that. I'm going to go to my TV real quick and kind of go through the channels here. Because I can do that while I'm on the air. Let me see here. I'm going to go down to where I would think that channel would be. Okay, I'm going to go down. Let's see, I'll do what? TLC, BTN. Okay, let's go down ways. Let's see. Okay, Bravo. FS1, here it is. Okay, we got a picture. FS1. FS1 is there. So I'm going to wait a minute past these commercials and see if we're seeing the Hawkeyes here. Thinking that possibility. Okay. Hawkeyes play next Saturday afternoon against Rutgers, 11 o'clock a.m. So I'm thinking that by the time I go on the air at 3 next week, that game will be over. So with that in mind, I'm thinking just one broadcast on the Cool Jazz 106.7. And I'm thinking here of doing this. I'm going to go ahead and plan on the Best of Jazz for next Saturday afternoon, 3 o'clock Central Daylight Time, right here on Spreaker. The Best of Jazz next week at 3 o'clock Central Time. Okay? There's so many commercials. Good grief. Okay, I'm going to wait and see here because it looks like there's a baseball game on. What is this, the Phillies? Looks like they're running the Phillies game here. Okay, so I'm seeing the Phillies. So I'm not seeing even any Iowa football game on here. I'm seeing the Philadelphia Phillies against the New York Mets on here. So I'm not even seeing a game on here right now. Jeez. Okay, USA. Yeah. I'm looking at FS1 and I'm not even seeing the Hawkeyes on there. I'm seeing a baseball game. But I'm going to check later. It could be that they have to finish that game. I'm going to go back to that channel real quick. I want to see maybe what inning they're in on that game. Let's see. Let me do that. Okay, I'll go back to that page, that channel real quick. FS1. That game right now, it's the Mets against the Philadelphia Phillies. The Mets are winning 5-3. They are in the top of the 8th inning. And let me see what it says here. Slide across the screen. It says NFL. Okay. But I'm not seeing any Iowa Hawkeyes game here. So apparently that game is not on FS1. Unless they're going to play out this game and then flip over to the Hawkeye game afterward, which is a possibility. Again, I don't know. I got FS1 here, but they are having a baseball game on right now, and that is the Mets against the Phillies. So I'm going to have to find out later on whether or not the Hawkeyes are even going to be on. So at that point, I'm just going to stay on a little longer till the end of this segment. I'm going to go back over to the PC here. Okay. All right, okay, where is it? Oh, come on. Okay, I'm going to pop back up here too where I can go back to PC. Yeah. Imagine that now. That is not the Hawkeye game. That is a New York Mets baseball game against the Philadelphia Phillies. They're not even having the game on there. It's FS1, but it's a baseball game. So, yeah, okay. Whatever the case, you're listening to the Gary Russell program, Saturday Extra. We're just going to kind of close it out here and join the game in progress on our partner station. So I'm just going to close out at this point. That's going to wrap it up for the Gary Russell program, Saturday Extra for today. I want to thank my wife for calling the program earlier, and a lot of other people who might listen to this after the fact. I call it after the fact. The on-demand podcast. People usually listen after the fact. Sometimes. Don't even get numbers there either. But that's going to do it for the Gary Russell program. Thanks a lot for tuning in. And thanks a lot for listening. And then next Saturday, we're going to go to jazz. Because, like I said before, as far as that guest is concerned, that's it. Going back to music. So next Saturday afternoon, 3 o'clock Central, right after the Hawkeyes game, is going to be the best of jazz. Until next week, and of course next week we'll be back on Tuesday, possibly Wednesday. It's going to be spontaneous from now on until Tuesday. And then next Friday, the wave of smooth jazz and smooth afternoon. Have yourself a best night ever. So long, everyone. This is the GJRB Online Network.